Vince,
How you doing?
good, my friend. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic.
Good, good, my friend. You hear me okay?
Perfectly, yeah.
Good deal. Well, let me open the show and let's get to this. All right, let's have some fun.
All right.
All right, well, everybody. Welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. That's right. I'm your host, Big Al, and I take that original, local, and national music and I shove it in your face. Not just the music, but the story. I get the story out to you. I leave it up to you to listen to the music, and you better be listening to it. And I know you are by the hits and the comments I'm getting. Great stuff out there all around the world, all genres and age groups. It is amazing the music that's out there. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart to be able to bring the stories of these artists to you so you can listen to what they're about and check out their music. Great stuff. Check out the past shows, the future shows, and check out today's show. Got a great show for you today. And of course, use my three favorite words: support, support, support. Support your artists. Go to the shows, pay that cover charge, get to the swag table, get yourself an album, a CD, a coffee mug, a hoodie, a t shirt, a bumper sticker, keychain. It goes on and on. Then get to the stage and have a good time. After the show, introduce yourself to the band and maybe get an autograph or two, because you just never know where they're going to go with their music. And the best part about it is you're putting a smile on the band's face because they love putting a smile on your face because they love doing what they're doing. Ah, yes, indeed. So support the artists out there. Again, I appreciate everybody out there. So let's not waste any more time today. Great show for you today. Awesome artists in the house. Vince Warry is in the house from Canada, British Columbia area. How you doing, Vince?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good, my friend. Doing good. I've been looking forward to our interview, and thank you for joining me today.
An honor and a great motivational start there.
Good deal. Good deal. So you're way up there in British Columbia, Canada, way over there.
Yes,
I'm
I
in
am.
Michigan.
Yes, there you go. The power of modern technology.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing what we can do. Now, Vince, you've got a lot going on. You're a very busy man, a very talented man, and your music is amazing.
Thank you so much.
It is amazing. We've got a lot to talk about here. But before we get to your music and all the questions I have to ask you, I want to take in a time capsule. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go back in time here because I need to know some things here. Excuse me. 15 years old. All right. You probably knew what you were doing at that age. What were you listening to at that age?
Oh, that would have been definitely AC/DC and Zeppelin.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Starting to discover my personal favorite band for the long haul, the Cult around then as well,
Oh, yes. I love the cult.
and Pink Floyd for sure,
Oh, yes.
and just starting to discover a great Canadian band called the Tragically Hip around that time too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now at 15, you're listening to some really cool bands out there, some really phenomenal acts. Did you know at that age that you wanted to be in the music business at all? Wanted to dabble in
Um,
it at all?
when I used to listen to like the Beatles when I was like 8 or 9, I was already like I'd be tucked in bed with my Walkman on listening, and definitely pictured it. I didn't I it was a there was a, actually, you're gonna see this is a good interview because you're gonna get into my story right away here. I My stepdad was a kind of guy that always talked about what he wanted to do when he retired, and he
Okay.
died when he was 56, when I was
Oh, no.
one home, before he got a chance to retire. And I was not, you said you at 15 I knew what I was doing, but I didn't really. But
Hmm.
when he passed away and I was 18, that really lit the fire for me to like live life. I carried that lesson through, and um, it's been reinforced a few times. So it's definitely something I believe in. And yeah,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And that's something that, will rattle anybody's cage to rethink things and their journey in life.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So when you got older, you're 21, 25, you're in the workforce and stuff like that. Do you play an instrument, guitar, and anything else?
Yeah, I think I don't know exactly when my journey was. I started on bass, and then and then we had trouble finding a singer for our original band, Obscene Silence, back in the early 90s. And so
Okay.
I stepped in, and my God, I mean, I was a horrible singer for a long time. I I am grateful for the guys for not kicking me to the curb in that role. And
All right.
our songwriting got complex enough that I was struggling to play bass and sing. So we got a friend was recommended to us who turned out to be, one of my best friends and lifelong friends, who actually plays the piano on the newest track, I'll Never Be. And
Awesome.
he took over bass and then added keyboards, and that's when I kind of switched to rudimentary guitar. So
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. Okay. So now jump into today. You're with Yesterday's Fate, right?
Yes, I mean, yeah, I'm sort of like, that's another interesting story. Those guys, their singer, who's phenomenal, Damien, is located in the UK, and they're all located here on Vancouver Island. So when they were getting ready to tour, they called, well, they put an ad out, and I answered because of my circumstances at the time,
Right.
uh, essentially saying we need somebody to warm us up, and then when we're done, you're gone. And
Oh, jeez.
apparently, I have some sort of staying power because I'm still. I joined them on stage just sort of in a backup role, and I guess if Yesterday's Fate ever had any sort of short notice gigs in town, I would get the tap to sing for them and step into Damien's
Beautiful.
huge shoes. But
Yeah,
so
that's really cool. Now, what made you decide, and when did you decide, hey, I'm going to do this full time? I'm going to write my own stuff.
um, you know, to be honest, Al, I never actually decided to do it full time. I am a high school teacher.
There
Um,
you. Ah, yes.
yeah.
What grade? Let's back up. What grade?
I teach seniors history and social studies, so grade 8 to 12. Yeah,
8 to 12.
yeah.
Are you able to handle these seniors nowadays? Are they a little
Uh,
rowdy?
yeah, but I'm rowdier, so
You've been there, done that.
yeah,
There's nothing they're going to do that you haven't done already.
pretty much. Yeah. So
Oh, that's great. All right. Let's continue.
yeah.
Okay. So, but you're writing and making some beautiful music, my friend.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, the tracks that I've released so far under my own name, thus far are songs that I've been carrying for a while.
Okay.
I've got a few of my own newer ones that are going to be coming, and then also, the guys who are my band, specifically Jim from Yesterday's Fate, is a guitarist,
Okay.
but he's also a producer. He's a prolific songwriter, so we've joined forces for some songs coming up. So my next single after I'll Never Be is called "We Are the Light," and
We are the light.
it's got a it's got a lot of power to it. It's a rocker. So
Wow. Well, I've been listening to a lot of your music yesterday and today, and you fill the sound incredibly with all the musicians you have, from the piano to guitar to drums, everything. I'm hearing melodic pop, rock, a little bit of country in there, and the ballads are just beautiful, my friend.
thanks, man. Yeah, no,
Now,
Jim's production and his just the way he fills the sonic landscape and sees it all. He's the architect.
he's the
Yeah, I am. I'm like the framer. I'm not even the framer. I don't know. Yeah, day laborer, but
oh, don't cut yourself too short
yeah.
there. No, I want to ask you now, you growing up with Zeppelin, AC/DC, all these bands here, what I'm hearing isn't AC/DC and Zeppelin at all. This is definitely something different here. Is there someone in music world that gave you a little inspiration to go down this route?
I think if you listen to Too Little Too Late, and definitely when you hear my next one, We Are the Light, you'll hear my influence from the Cult for
No.
sure. Ian Ashbury
Yeah.
is he kind of taught me how to sing just by listening to him.
Hmm.
And curiously enough, we're adding a big Doors tribute. We're doing some big theater shows coming up in October.
Oh.
And switching from Asbury to Morrison is actually really easy because I think Asbury was a major student of Morrison, and I'm finding
Yeah.
a lot of similarities in range and stuff like that. So, and then, I mentioned the Tragically Hip. They have a wide range of songs. There was some, even some Alice in Chains in there. They went acoustic
Oh,
throughout some albums and stuff like that. And even Zeppelin. I mean, Zeppelin 3 and all those acoustics. That
oh
always
yeah.
that always sat with me. So
Nice. Nice. Now, you're doing your own stuff and you're doing stuff with Yesterday's Fate. Is Yesterday's Fate just more part-time and then you're doing your own thing full-time?
I just look at the phone I'm like, yeah, I'm just on call with Yesterday's Fate. So
Exactly.
yeah, I have no driving force with them. I am simply a blunt instrument for their disposal, and
Okay.
I keep them busy with my stuff when they have time. So
Okay.
yeah,
So now is Yesterday's, excuse me, allergies up here in Michigan.
yep.
Does Yesterday's Fate, when you write the songs, do you bring it to them and they make the music for it?
Well, you're talking about my stuff?
Yeah, your stuff. Or is
Yeah,
that some?
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, um, when I put my name on the big records train and said, let's do this.
right.
Um, Jim of Yesterday's Fate, the guitarist, was like, yep, give me your three best songs. So I picked three best songs and we recorded those and they're done now. And
Great.
now it's more Jim and I writing. And then
Okay.
he kind of gives me room to sort of figure out what to ask the other guys to do and who we're going to use,
Okay.
and we just kind of I mean, it's crazy now, right? It's all like remote,
Well,
so I just
it is.
fire a message off. I mean, Greg did all the piano and bass for I'll Never Be from Vancouver, um,
Oh, that's
and it was all sort of like one take, and sent to us, and
that's
it was great. So
that's cool. Like you said, it's amazing how you can have each band member in a different country and you can pull it all together and make it sound really cool.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, let's talk about the songs now. How many singles did you put out so far?
Three official through big records.
Mm,
I did a couple of like seasonal tracks myself.
okay, and those three would be.
Too
Tell
Little Too
me.
Late,
Okay, too little, too late.
song called Dreamin', and
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll Never Be, which is out right now.
I like that song. I'll never be. That's a newer song, isn't it?
It just came out last week.
Just came up.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. It did. A great song. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. Now you got the singles out. Do we have an EP that we're working on?
Yeah, we're working
Or
on
is there one
EP for sure.
we're working on?
Yeah.
Do we have an ETA on possibilities when that might come out?
I think, yeah, I did 3 singles this year, and I think we'll definitely have an EP like mid cycle next year sometime. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
yeah.
When that goes to press, how do you want to print that CD or a vinyl?
Actually, I'm Jim designed me a pretty sweet logo that I sent to him. It's the wings off an Austin Healey that my dad had, with my name in it instead of Austin Healey.
That's beautiful.
And that's going to, in my mind, be pressed onto a memory key.
Oh, I like that, my
And the
friend.
songs and the videos can all be loaded on that. And there you go. So
That'd be a great package deal
yeah,
for the fans out there.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's tell everybody in podcast land how they can find your music. What platforms you on?
I am on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, the other major streamers that I can't remember off the top of my head because I don't use them. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Nice, nice, my friend. You got to hit them all, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
a little hard to keep up with them.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I noticed your numbers here, and you got quite a bit of fans out liking what you're doing. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's growing. It's growing. We definitely had I'll Never Be taking its time. Dreamin' really popped.
Did it? Nice.
Yeah, I had a lot of views on the video for Dreamin', but so I'm just waiting for I'll Never Be to catch on. I was kind of hoping it would be the summer. I wouldn't say feel good hit of the summer, but we'll say a little bit of
I
a
think,
road trip song or something. But
yeah, it's a great song, and I think it's going to catch on real quick here. I think so, definitely.
yeah,
Now, I looked at some of the videos and stuff here. Who's are you producing those, and somebody else shooting it, or what's
that is
going on there?
that is also the miracle that is Jim.
That is Jim.
Yeah,
Well, that's amazing. Great job, Jim.
yeah, Jim and his crew at Imagination FX are amazing videographers as well. So
Beautiful. Got to give them props for good people like that. And it's nice
yeah,
to have good people in your corner like that. And you mentioned some other great people. Big Records. You
yeah.
signed with Big Records. How long have you been with Big Records?
Um, September 1st, I believe, of last year.
September.
So, yeah.
Well, welcome aboard. I'm part of the family. I kind of stepped aside because I have to do my thing, but I'm still a part of the family. Great people.
Yeah,
Great people.
absolutely. Very, very cool label, very supportive and connected. I love it. So,
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, they're great people to be connected to and talk to.
yeah.
Yes, indeed. So good deal. So it's signed in September, and they've already put your three songs out.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right. So, gosh. Okay. Now let's get to here. Are you playing out at all?
We we're doing this Doors tour that we're going to do is going to be some big venues and
No.
the long set. It's pushing two
Yeah.
hours by quite a bit.
Wow.
So we are really looking at making that a real knockout of a show. So we're pretty focused on that. Vince Warry has added a live band, so I am going to be getting ready for Vince Warry and the Chosen Rogues shows. Uh,
Chosen Rose. Oh, I
yeah,
like that.
we'll be
Right now.
rolling that out probably after the Doors dates, so in the new year, but
Mm.
early in the new year, and then
Okay.
who knows after that what we'll do next or what we'll keep the Doors sort of the fire lightly burning so we can do shows. I think the guys were
Yeah.
talking doing 3 or 4 big shows a year of the Doors and then doing all the other stuff
Okay.
in between. So
With the Doors project there, are you going to tour all over America or just keep that kind of home base area? What are
home
you going to do
base
with
for
that?
sure. Yeah, I think for now
Okay.
anyways. I mean, I'm open to doing
Because
anything, but
that could be jumping to something big right there. That
yeah,
could.
yeah, we're
Definitely. Everybody loves Jim Morrison.
yeah,
Yes.
it's intimidating shoes to fill. So
I wouldn't try myself personally. You're very right there. Now, with the music you have out now, have you been able to perform it at all out anywhere or no?
Not really. I did I'll Never Be a few times, just solo acoustic, but nothing with the band yet. Just didn't
Okay.
have, it was kind of like let's record these tracks and find a direction
Yeah.
and then we, as we work on the EP, we're filling up a set. Um, we're keeping that in mind as we do it. So we're
Right.
getting, I've got the next song, like I mentioned, We Are the Light in the can, and then we're working on another song called The Narcissist after that. And
Okay.
that puts us at 6 originals plus a few songs from the back catalog and then some covers, and we'll have a real rockin' set by then. So
There you go. So you're going to definitely put together one great full set. Are you going to try to get three sets down? I'm sure you got plenty of songs in your belt.
yeah, 3 sets is that's a lot of time. Let's work on one and then we'll work on two. Yeah. So
Push, aren't I?
well, actually, I did ask the guys. There was a couple of yesterday's Fate songs that I really enjoyed singing. So I said to them, like, "Hey, in a Vince Warry set, like, being that I'm basically Vince Warry with yesterday's Fate, can we do a couple of those?" And they said yes. So that definitely adds to the numbers. So
That's great. Well, when did you perform with him? What year was that?
that was last. I guess it would have been like it was going into winter of 2022. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not too far off. Okay.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that for a big venue or a festival or something?
That was for the big records, Rise Up TV tour on
Oh,
Vancouver Island.
gosh.
Yeah.
No, definitely. That's nice. I bet you enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it was fun for sure.
Uh, so when you're playing in front of people, I talk to a lot of the artists out there. Some of them get a little nervous before they perform. Are you like that? Anxiety and anything?
My anxiety comes from the moment I pack up the car and drive to the venue to the moment that I'm playing. I have 110% trust in those guys when I'm on stage.
Right.
So I feel supported and ready to do my job. Um, I don't like
Right.
the logistics. I don't like, if I'm standing there waiting to do sound check and one of the guys is like, this cable's broken, that hits me like way harder than it should.
Yeah.
I start like my mind goes immediately to, is the music store still open? Like, are we going to be able to get a new cable? Like, um, where's the crowd? There's nobody in this place. Dead empty. What's going on? The only time I get nervous, I hate playing solo. I hate it.
Do you?
And I actually, almost every time I'm up there, just about to go with my acoustic and just me, I tell myself, why did you do this again? Like, why do we keep doing this? So,
Right.
anyways, yeah, I hope that answered your question in two
That
different
answers my
ways.
question. Yeah, it did. All right. Okay, when you're on stage in front of people, whether you're with Yesterday's Fate or acoustically, and you see them, enjoying what you're doing. How does it make your heart feel when you see that?
Oh, I definitely get totally into it, like
Yeah.
the before I moved to Nanaimo, I was in Vancouver. I was in a cult tribute band and a Led Zeppelin tribute band. And again, so those were the guys from Obscene Silence. So we'd played together for ages.
Oh
I
man.
got 110% confidence in them. And, it was when once you broke that barrier and people were up and dancing, which was hard to do sometimes, especially with the cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as you hit She Sells Sanctuary and it was like undeniable that people wanted to hit the floor. Yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
total psych. Like totally, of
It
course.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, on the opposite side, when you're done doing a show, how long does it take you to unwind?
Um, Nowadays, Al, I'm old, man. So I am in fact, most of the guys share this mentality. I think we were doing a set with the Yesterday's Fate guys, same group of guys. We were doing an 80s tribute called the Walkman. And we had a great crowd at a local venue here called the Queens. Great venue. And I don't think I think we must have set a land speed record for egress out of that place when we were done. Like it was yeah. Yeah.
We're done. We're out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I'm the same way. Too old for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Now I'm seeing here, what was it last year? You won with the ISSA award?
No, I was not with in no awards. Well, Yesterday's Fate won last year.
Oh, it was
Um
yesterday's fate.
yeah, yeah. So I believe it was for a track that I was a part of.
Uh,
But I can't say that for sure, so I won't actually strike that from the record. But yeah, so they won, and I've got a couple head nods from the World Songwriting Awards and Elite Music Awards, but I haven't cracked the top. No, I've cracked the top 10, but I haven't won one yet. So
Okay, well, that's in the future. I foresee that because the music's great. People, get out there. People don't skip over the, interview here, but go to Spotify and the other platforms and look up Vince Warry, Warry.
that's right.
Check out the music. It's incredible stuff here. Let's talk about a couple songs instead. So you've got, what is it, three that are pretty new songs right here.
Yeah,
I'll Never Be, All That Matters, Wasting My Time.
those
All
are
right.
Yesterday's Fate songs.
Those are Yesterday Fate
Yeah,
songs. Okay,
yeah.
what are yours now?
Mine's Too Little Too Late.
Yeah, too little, too late.
Dreamin'.
Okay.
I'll Never Be. And you've also got when your listeners are getting a little bit closer to Christmas time, there's Snow Days. Um,
Yes.
which was great. We had a pending snowstorm coming, and I reminded our very popular local weathercaster by the name of Mark Madriga that I'd met him years ago and that he should play my song. He did the night
Did he
before
did?
snow song on the news. That was pretty good. It's kind of cool. And I did a
That's cool.
we call it Remembrance Day up here in Canada. It's Memorial or
Uh-huh.
Veterans Day for you guys, I believe. Yeah, I did a track called "I've Got Your Back" that's on there as well. So
I love it. The one song that I keep playing over and over is "I'll Never Be." I love
yeah,
it. That's
thanks, man.
great. That's a great song. What's the song about? Tell me about it.
Um, I would be lying if I told you that it wasn't anything but a generic 20-somethings breakup song. I was probably
Ah,
about 20 and I had no one in particular in mind. I've been asked so many times, um, who's it
okay.
about or is that about me? No, no. Um, it was just sort of a collection of things that I'd heard that were either told to me or told to friends when we were talking about breakups and stuff like that. So I just kind of
Sure.
rolled it all into one
Okay.
song. There's one line in there that's about personal experience, and the rest of it is all just kind of
Thrown in there.
a tapestry.
There you go. Here's a song we haven't touched on. "Break the Chains."
Okay, that's a Yesterday's Fate song.
That's Yesterday Fate song.
That
I
is
see.
the
I'm
one
all over.
song I love to sing the most by Yesterday's Fate.
That's why I got it written down. It's a really cool song.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, yeah.
It is. It is.
If you want
And
to
all
catch a little Vince Warry in Yesterday's Fate, we did a cover version of on the spot Duran Duran. Come Undone.
Come Undone.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Nice.
it came out really well. I do the ending bit, and I convinced them to let me take a crack at the female vocal part, and kind of made it my own on that. And there's a little bit of me in Something in the Water as another one of their tracks you can hear. And I also sang on the song that was dedicated to my wife who passed away April 2023,
I'm sorry.
called Time Flies. So, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Wow. Yes. So, how many members are in Yesterday's Fate?
Um, we got Damien on vocals. We got Graham White on keyboards. We got the big man Dave Marius on bass guitar. We got Lindsay Sutherland on drums. We've got Jim
Mm-hmm.
Kramvelt on guitar. And then somewhere in the shadows, the freak that they keep under the stage would be myself.
Freak under the stage.
Yeah,
Vince Warry.
yeah, right.
Under the stage. All right, that's great. Anything coming up this summer with them that you might be doing?
No, nothing that I know of. They've worked hard to release an EP, and I think they're working on new stuff right now.
Gotcha.
But I'm since I've been doing my own thing, the phone hasn't been ringing as much, so I'm just keep plowing ahead with my stuff, and it's all good.
Yeah. Well, good. Good. So, how many more singles are you trying to put out? One, maybe every other month, a single. How's that going?
Yeah, pretty much. And I want to keep the momentum on. Jim and I are
Definitely.
in a good workflow right now where we've always seemed to have one in the can and working on the next
Nice.
one, so it takes the pressure off, which is nice. So
Great.
yeah.
Great. Now, is it Jim's studio you're using? Whose studio you're using?
Jim's studio for the most of it, and every once in a while I'll do a little bit of remote in my satellite. We'll call it a satellite studio.
Satellite.
Yeah.
I like that. Satellite studio. Good deal. All right. All right. Let's get over to some fun questions here. All right.
Al, I don't know how you did it, man. You sent me your allergy attack. What the heck? Yeah.
Michigan's coming down
crazy
your way.
right now. Good thing we're not on TV. Yeah.
Oh man, I know. You can't avoid it when you're on TV.
Yeah, this internet's gotten like 3-dimensional now, dude. Okay.
My friend. Oh boy, it's crazy over here in Michigan. Unbelievable.
All right, hit me with the questions.
Here we go. All right, you get two answers on this question, and there are people. One person that's alive, one person that has passed on. Who do you want to grace the stage with and perform with?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Well, the ultimate hero for me will always and eternally be Paul McCartney.
There
So
you go.
we'll go with him alive. Passed on. Oh, easy. I've been enjoying and really finding more and more nuances that I never noticed before. So I want another shot with Eddie Van Halen.
Ah, yes, Eddie.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love those two answers. That's great.
Yeah.
Good deal. Next question. You get two answers on this one. Anywhere in the world, two stages you'd like to perform on?
Ooh, good question.
There's a lot of them.
I'm gonna go Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, yeah, the Hollywood Bowl. That's cool.
And I'm gonna lock in. No, I'm gonna. Can I take it back?
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
let you.
I'm gonna modernize and go with the Sphere.
The Sphere really out of
Yeah,
Vegas there.
yeah, and of course, just because Zeppelin was there, the O2. Yeah,
Man, to
that
grace
would
the
be a
stage.
good venue to host me and Paul. We could
There you
rock the O2. So yeah.
go. That's wonderful. I love it. Great. Now, you haven't been able to play much of your stuff, but when you have been on the stage and performed, this might have happened to you or maybe some of the other band members. Embarrassing moment on stage.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, if I go way back to the days of Obscene Silence starting in Vancouver,
let's do it.
I remember a particularly gnarly club that was sort of like the beginning of the totem pole for local bands. It was called Club Paradise, and it has recently been a strip club converted. And the microphone was duct taped to the stripper pole, like just
I
there, just duct taped with
love
an X onto the yeah. Um, I mean, that's not really as much. Well, it's kind of embarrassing because it's like, oh, here we go. Um,
it. Yeah.
I remember jumping up on stage enthusiastically at one point, like, doing a little bit of a frontman move, and the light rack was really low, and I smoked my head on that.
Oh,
I've,
I'm trying to do David Lee Roth.
yeah, I still have chips in my front teeth from microphone stands springing back at me when I've done a little bit too much movement on stage. So there's no
Right?
shortage of embarrassing stuff.
Oh,
It's
you can write a
more of a
book on
matter
it.
of how many people caught it, I guess. So yeah,
True. Is it part of the act or did he really screw up?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. Okay. Now, out of the embarrassing moments, I'm sure throughout your time you've probably had some memorable moments. Is there anything you can think of?
Uh, I don't, we played a couple of shows, like community shows that really stick out. We played one
Okay.
in a neighborhood that I was close to when I was living in Vancouver. Uh, that was just a really good vibe. We played another one for a cause, injured workers, that the people just gave us a really good vibe.
Beautiful.
Um, yeah, off the top of my head, that's
Yeah.
that's what comes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, as far as collaborations, you're doing it with Yesterday's Fate. Do you see you doing it with anybody else? Big Records label, any of those people there or
Yeah,
anybody?
I'm gonna be talking to one of their main guys tonight. Actually, he's coming over for a little bit of a powwow, and he's got one of my songs sitting on his desk. So we'll see if I can light a fire for him to get that going, because it's been something that I've been excited about, and it's just that he's been
Okay.
busy. So yeah, so
Yeah.
there's other things going on for sure. Yep.
Well, good. Now, like I said, back in the day, you listened to some really kick-ass bands back there, and now you write more melodic ballad type music. Where did that come from?
Okay, let's not typecast. Let's not typecast.
Oh, I'm in the same group.
Too Little Too Late was a rocker, and Dreamin' was kind of a Santana-esque, kind of right down the middle, like a heavy blues song. And
Right.
then
True.
Jim and I were talking, and we had some rockers queued, but using big records and having this as my my sort of the last single of my first year with them, we just decided to go with one that we thought might have the broadest appeal. So that's
Nice.
why we picked "I'll Never Be," and we're still waiting for it to have broad appeal. Hopefully, it does. But
Oh, it will,
yeah,
definitely. Well, the reason I asked that is because I grew up the same way, listening to the heavy stuff. And when I sit behind the guitar, I write ballads. I don't know why,
it's
but I
because
do,
you're
because
a
I love
gentle
it.
soul, Al.
Hey, don't say that too loud. But that's what I like to play. I like to get my 12 string out and see what I can do. I
Yep,
rarely pick up the electric anymore. Yeah. So it's fun, and I feel it more feeling to it. Yeah. You express
definitely.
yourself.
Yep,
Yeah. And I like how you express yourself. I mean, your meaningful music, you tell a story, it all means something.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely. And I see you're getting quite a bit of radio press and stuff like that. How's that going? Are you
it's
doing any other
great.
pod?
Yeah, I
All
really
right.
enjoy it. There's so many, yourself included, gracious people who um, are really, you a lot of this part of things has actually inspired me to want to create my own. So you might see
Good,
me doing
good.
a podcast in the near future. So
Well, that'd be nice. I noticed one of the big records people there, Mr. Bate, if you're listening. He's been on
yep,
the show a few times. He started his podcast. And I see Tim is going to be on that tonight or tomorrow or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So talk
And
to
Mr.
Michael,
Bate
get
is a
on his
super
show.
nice guy too. So yeah,
Yeah, he plays super nice.
yeah, yeah.
Bring up Kiss. Just
Okay,
bring up the word Kiss to him, okay?
okay, got it, got it.
Tell him I said
Okay,
it. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of good time with the Big Records people,
yeah.
and I'm gonna have fun with you too. I see you going a long way, Vince, with your music and stuff.
Thanks, man.
Great stuff.
Yeah,
Keep pushing it out there. Keep
yeah.
pushing it out
That's the
there,
plan.
and make Big Records work hard for you.
Working on it.
There you go. You live up in their area, you can knock on their front door.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. All right, future wise, what do you see in the next 5 years, Vince? Where do you think you're going to be? What are you going to do with your music?
Oh, I don't know, just keep pushing on. I just want to get out there and do some live stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, where this the Doors stuff goes, where Vince Warry and the
Yeah,
Frozen Road goes. We're back with the Walkman. The '80s stuff was so much fun to play and so good for my
yeah.
voice too. So it was such a
Hmm.
wide range of stuff. So yeah, just
Definitely.
I was talking with one of the members a little while ago, and he kind of hit the nail on the head that this is like our kind of glory 5 or 10 years until we're just too achy and old to do this. So let's get it done now. So yeah.
I'm already too achy and old. I still do.
Yeah,
Oh, we continue on with what we love. We don't care how bad we feel.
that's right.
we We want to put a smile on everybody's face out there. So, Vince Warry, thank you for gracing the No Cover TV podcast today. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, my friend, and I would like to have you back on the podcast in 6 months to a year. See where you're at, what you're doing.
That would be great, Al. Thank you so much for your time, man.
I had a lot of fun. It was a great conversation today, my friend. I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Right back at you.
So, this is your show. Anybody want to say hey to, hi to, or whatever? It's your show, my friend.
Just want to say a big shout out to all my family and my friends and the guys in the band for supporting me and those special people out there who lift me up every day, fill my heart.
That's
Thank you
right.
all. Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm glad you got those beautiful people in your corner and everybody out there. Thank you for listening to the podcast today. Get out there and check Vince Ware's music out on the platforms. And if he's out and about the British Columbia area, Canada, check him out and check out that Doors project that's going to happen. That's going to be cool.
Mojo Rising. That's what we're called.
Mojo Rising. I love it. So, Vince, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to put this together, send it off to the platforms, and I'm going to send you the link in just a few minutes, my brother. All right?
Thank you. Cheers, man.
All right, cheers. You have a good one, everybody out there in podcast land. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show. We're going to head all the way over to UK and then Italy the next day. So we're all over the world. So check out the music and the interviews. Great people aboard the No Cover TV podcast, just like Vince. Have a good one, Vince. We're out of here. I will talk to you very soon, brother. All right, peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Right on, man.